So here's Trump declaring a national emergency. Listen to the numbers.
For port of entry, for other things. We have a real problem. We have catch and release. You catch a criminal and you have to release him. We have so many other things. You have chain migration, where a bad person comes in, brings 22 or 23 or 35 of his family members because where a bad person comes in, brings 22 or 23 or 35 of his family members because he has his mother, his grandmother, his sister.
22 or...
Where a bad person comes in, brings 22 or 23 or 35.
22 or 23.
Of his family members because he has his mother, his grandmother, his sister, in, brings 22 or 23 or 35 of his family members because he has his mother.
So 35 days from the beginning of the shutdown to January 25th. So there's 35 days. 22 and 23 is 45. Yeah, he's the 45th president. Well, why would you say 22, 23, or 35? Like, it doesn't even... Aren't you supposed to say 22, 23, or 24?
We have a real problem. We have catch and release. You catch a criminal and you have to release him. We have so many other things. You have chain migration, where a bad person comes in, brings 22 or 23 or 35 of his family members because he has his mother, his grandmother.
Or, I mean, 22, 23, 322, 323, March 22nd, March 23rd, 35. You got the 55 miles of wall that they agreed for $1.4 billion, whatever it is. So they're throwing out the days from the beginning when that was produced yesterday, the 14th on Valentine's Day. It was 55 days since the beginning of the government shutdown, December 21st. 55 days, 55 miles of wall. When he's talking about the 35, after the 35, signing the 21-day extension, representing Michael. Now it's the now it's looking like it's the 30-day type of decree for declaring a national emergency. This national emergency is for making sure that illegal aliens, don't invade America, because we are illegally here, according to them. This is their world, and we are alienated from the world. We are the aliens. We are invading Trump and his people. And it's amazing that if you really think about it, this is what it is. There's no question about that. They are talking about us. This wall, building the wall, the border, encompassing the camp of the saints. It's an emergency. It's a nationwide. We're rounding up the 144,000. We're going to start suing them. We don't know that it's coming to an end on our end, but they do. So they're laughing at us. But it's Trump's full speech declaring a national emergency for border wall funding. The President of the United States is talking about the 144,000, the remnant that they believe is the remnant. Him and Steve believe that that the 144,000 is the remnant. These guys are the remnant. They are.
Where a bad person comes in, brings 22 or 23 or 35 of his family members because he has his mother, his grandmother, his sister, his cousin.
Okay, so again, 22 and 23 is 45, and 35 is 80. So the number 8.
His uncle, they're all in. You know what happened on the West Side Highway? That young wise guy drove over and killed 8 people and horribly injured. Nobody talked. That young wise guy drove over and killed 8 people and horribly injured. Nobody talks about that. Horribly, like loss of legs and arms. Horribly, like loss of legs and arms.
And Revelation 17. The beast that was, this beast here is playing this out too. You gotta understand, Steve is playing it out underground. Trump's playing it out above ground. The ram's horn. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7 and goes into perdition. So he's just throwing the same numbers out there that relates to everything in the Bible.
He had many people brought in because he was in the United States. It's called chain migration. And then you have the lottery. It's a horror show. Because when countries put people into the lottery, they're not putting you in. They're putting it's a horror show. Because when countries put people into the lottery, they're not putting you in.
In other words, he's pointing to the media. They're not putting you in, right?
They're putting some very bad people in the lottery. It's common sense.
Putting some bad people in. I'm telling you. These guys are terrible for the world. For the New World Order, that is.
In a country, and if I have a lottery system of people going to the United States, I'm not going to put in my stars. I'm going to put in people I don't want. If I ran a country, and if I have a lottery system of people going to the United States, I'm not going to put in my stars. I'm going to put in people I don't want. The lottery system's a disaster. I'm stuck with it.
Mr. President, could you tell us?
It should have never happened. Okay.
Mr. President.
And people get what we're doing. People get what we're doing. People get what we're doing. They get it. They really get it. And I'm honored by it. Yes, Jim Acosta.
This disconnect that we seem to have in this country where you are presenting information about what's happening at the border, calling it an invasion, talking about women with duct tape over their mouths and so on, and invasion, talking about women with duct tape over their mouths and so on. And you're concocting a national emergency here. You're concocting a national emergency here in order to get your wall because you couldn't get it through other ways.
What do you think? You think I'm creating something? Ask these incredible women who lost their daughters and their sons. Okay? Because your question is, ask these incredible women who lost their daughters and their sons. Okay? Because your question is a very political question, because you have an agenda. You're CNN, you're fake news. You have an agenda. The numbers that you gave are wrong. Take a look at our federal prison population.
Not forgetting that, I'm asking you to clarify where you get your numbers, because most of the DEA crimes reporting statistics that we see show that drugs are coming across at the ports of entry, that illegal immigration is down, and the violence is down. Okay. So what do you base your facts on?
Come on, let's go.
And secondly...
No, you get one. You get one.
Well, sit down.
Wait, sit down. Sit down.
Could you please answer?
Sit down. You get
Oh, my God.
I get my numbers from a lot of
This
sources,
is ridiculous,
like
man.
Homeland Security, primarily. And the numbers that I have from Homeland Security are a disaster. And
You know where I get my numbers from, Trump? That's right. The Almighty God.
You know what else is a disaster? The numbers that come out of Homeland Security, Kirsten, for the cost that we spend and the money that we lose because of illegal immigration.
as the world turns.
Because we run the wrong side of every one of them. Because we run the wrong side of every one of them.
That's right.
There is a possibility that I will extend the date. And if I do that, if I see that we're close to a deal or the deal...
I'm not extending my date. You got my date, Trump.
There is a possibility that I will extend the date. And if I do that, if I see that we're close to a deal or the deal is going in the right direction, I would do that at the same tariffs that we're charging now. I would not increase the tariffs. Let me also ask. In the Oval Office with President Obama. And I sat in those beautiful chairs and we talked. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. As you know, it ended up being many times longer than that. Those beautiful chairs and we talked. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. As you know, it ended up being 15 minutes. As you know, it ended up being many times longer than that.
1-5. Just add the 0.
I have nominated you, or respectfully on behalf of Japan, I am asking them to give you the Nobel Peace Prize. I said thank you. Many other people feel that way too. I'll probably never get it, but that's okay. They gave it to Obama. He didn't even know what he got it for. He was there for about 15 seconds and he got the Nobel Prize. He said, oh, he was there for about 15 seconds and he got the 15 seconds and he got the Nobel Prize. He said, oh, what did I get it for? Destroy 3 million people in order to get 45,000 terrorists. And I get 45,000 terrorists. And
22 and 23 is also 45. 45th president. He's representing the 450 false prophets of Baal. He's representing Ahab. I'm just telling you what he's representing.
I want to thank everybody. I want to wish our new Attorney General great luck and speed and enjoy your life. And number 2, they didn't have the capability to do it. So I just want to thank everybody. I want to wish our new Attorney General great luck and speed and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. And enjoy your life. Bill, good luck. A tremendous reputation. I know you.
Trump declared. Declared. Decree. Trump declared a national emergency on the 144,000.